All right, so it's a rainy day in Jerusalem and I'm not outside, so I'm thinking I am going to make a little video today. And I got some footage of the walk that I've been making from my house to the monastery that we're planting the food forest on now. And I think you guys will like it because it's such an interesting walk. I walked from my house, I walked down through the Valley of Hell, which is a place out of the Bible, up onto Mount Zion, up over Mount Zion, down into the Valley of Hell again, and up the Mount of Olives. And then just to the other side of the Mount of Olives where there's a monastery on top of the Mount of Olives where we're working. It's such a beautiful spot. So I'm gonna make a little video clip of this walk so you guys can see this beautiful walk of what I walk back and forth through every day. It is so amazing, and that's what I'm gonna do on this rainy day in Jerusalem. So I hope you enjoy. So today I am on my way to Beit Faji, which is one of the monasteries we're starting to do the food forest on, and I'm gonna go out there and hang out there today and see what is going on. So it's nice and early. I have to walk there. I'm gonna walk. I don't know if you can see it. I have to walk by the old city. I have to walk up and down a couple mountains and then up to the top of the Mount of Olives. So it's a little bit of a walk this morning, but I am off. I'm gonna go clean up there, see what there is for irrigation, and start this project of reforesting and planting Israel back to the original nature. So that's what I'm off to this morning. I am excited. Zion to get to the old walled city, which is just up over there. See, just above the Rosemary. You don't even see the wall. All right, so here is the walk to Beit Faji, which is the monastery I'm going to today. And it's just over here on, oh, where is it here? On the Mount of Olives over here. It's up on the hill just behind these towers. I'm gonna go down this valley and across. So here I am, I'm on my way to the Mount of Olives over here. I don't know if you guys can see it. But I'm gonna go up there, and just on the top, up over here somewhere, on the backside, there's a big monastery with this big piece of land, and that's the one that we're gonna put these trees on. So there's the Mount of Olives. I'm heading over there. I'll see if I can turn this. No, I can't turn it right now. So that's that. I'm on my way with my staff, and I'm having fun. It's a good walk. It's up and down a couple mountains to get there. So. And actually it's quicker to walk than it is to drive because it's in East Jerusalem and they make such a bottleneck coming out of there with the cars that it's almost impossible to get out. So it might take 40 minutes or an hour to walk up and down a couple mountains, but it also takes longer to drive in the car. So that is on my way there. This is the Mount of Olives. You can see it's all covered in graves. That is what they put on the Mount of Olives. Go figure. There's these old ruins carved in down there. called. And it's up on the Mount of Olives. It's like 30 some dunams. And this is the entrance. And I've walked from my place down a hill, up Mount Zion, down Mount Zion, and back up the Mount of Olives. So I've climbed a couple mountains to get here. But it has been a beautiful walk. It is so interesting. There's so many churches and beautiful paths. I've crossed through different environments, different landscapes, and actually different countries on this wonderful little 1 hour long walk. I have seen so many different things to get up to this monastery. I walked through Jerusalem, through the old city. I walked through Mount Zion, and then I walked through East Jerusalem, which is actually kind of another country here. Totally different feel, totally different environment, little small streets, not so many green areas, not so many tourists, lots of monasteries. Anyways, here we are. I finally made it to Faji, and I was just walking up here, and my friend drove out. He picked me up and took me for a drive around East Jerusalem, and then dropped me off back here. Now we are heading up to do some work to get ready to plant our trees. And I think if I get up to the top here a little bit, I'll be able to show you a little bit of the landscape here. Maybe I'll just pause it and I'll make another video here.